Hello, welcome to Talkin' Transit, and I'm Subway Mark. WES Commuter Rail opened in Portland metro area back in 2009. It links the suburbs of Wilsonville, Tualatin, Tigard, and Beaverton. It's had a lot of issues since it started, and today ridership is well below predictions. So today, let's dive in and figure out what's wrong with WES. Welcome back. The purpose of my channel and this video series is to give you my insights and experiences from riding transit systems, passenger trains, and visiting railway museums from around the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing so today and hit that notification bell so you know anytime a new video hits this feed. The Portland area is often cited to be transit friendly and transit innovative. It started with Max Light Rail opening in 1986. It started with one line at 18 miles and 20 stations. Today it's 5 lines, 60 miles, and 94 stations. So it's proven very popular. Portland's also considered the birthplace of the modern streetcar, with the first line opening in Portland in 2001, with many other cities taking up the whole streetcar craze. Today the streetcar has 3 lines and is 7.2 miles long. Trimet and Washington County thought they could continue Portland's success story by developing a suburb-to-suburb commuter rail system. However, that success is still yet to happen. But in defense of Trimet and Washington County, some of the seeds of success were in the plan. Some of the most congested freeways in the Portland metro area is I-5 from Wilsonville northbound all the way to Portland, and then Oregon's 217 where it splits off of I-5 near Tigard going up into Beaverton up to US 26. Oregon 217 acts as a bypass for those commuters from the southern metro area to head out west or up to Beaverton and Hillsborough. This allows them to bypass Portland to get directly to where they need to go. Oregon 217 is also very congested with a lot of shopping areas as well as office parks nearby, which leads to a very heavy rush hour traffic as well as I-5 in the south metro area. There's also a rail line that parallels the entire corridor. The southern part of the corridor from Tigard south to Wilsonville was opened by the Oregon Electric Railway back in 1908 as a passenger interurban service that eventually went down all the way to Salem and to Eugene. Part of the right-of-way is also part of the former Southern Pacific line that was also part of the Red Electric service, which was another passenger interurban that linked Beaverton, Portland, and Hillsborough. Today that line is run by the Portland and Western Railroad as a freight line. Officials from Washington County and Trimet thought this is a perfect opportunity to convert that rail line into a commuter rail line to serve people again. The idea of light rail on that line was sidetracked because they didn't really want to intermix freight trains with light rail, even though a city like San Diego has been able to do it successfully. So let's lead into some of the mistakes that has happened with WES Commuter Rail. The first mistake, the decision was made to use diesel multiple unit trains, or DMUs. That in itself is not a mistake. However, the rail car manufacturer that Trimet chose was a mistake. There's not too many DMUs being built today, especially in the United States. Trimet awarded the contract to Colorado Railcar to build these DMUs. Colorado Railcar has made passenger cars for Alaska Railroad and cruise lines for Alaska. They had plans to build DMUs, but they never got a successful customer until Trimet. However, Colorado Railcar was unable to deliver these cars on time. The cars were so far delayed. Also, the company stopped paying its suppliers, which led to even further delays in building these cars. It got to the point where Trimet had to take over management of the company to pay the bills and to keep the production line of these cars going. The next fault was Trimet only ordered 3 power cars and 1 trailer to operate the line. The schedule that was formed required 3 trains to operate, so that left 0 spares. And when these DMUs went to service, they suffered from a lot of teething problems, so there were a lot of cancellations of trips every day for 2 years. It made the system unreliable, and it's hard to grow ridership when you can't trust the service. The replacement bus services for the missed trips took longer, particularly during rush hours, to make the same journey time to Beaverton from Wilsonville. 2 years later, Trimet determined that they really needed to get spare equipment. So they went to Alaska Railroad and purchased 2 Budd rail diesel cars, or RDCs, that were built in the early 1950s to serve as additional units to maintain service. This allowed the DMUs to go out of service and go into repair, while the RDCs could maintain the schedules along with the other cars in service. Trimet acquired 2 additional RDCs. This time they were X units from Dallas from the Trinity Railway Express, or TRE, that were surplused. They bought it through a third party. However, since 2017, when Trimet acquired the cars, they've been sidelined and have not been upgraded to service. The next mistake was the schedule that was implemented on WES. When the service opened up until COVID, trains ran every 30 minutes during rush hours only, and only Monday to Friday. This kind of service is great for office workers, but it's not good for shoppers or anyone who works in retail. They need to be able to work on other hours of the day other than the traditional 8 to 5. Also, with the scheduled journey time of 25 minutes between Wilsonville and Beaverton, led to an inefficiency in equipment utilization. With service every 30 minutes, required 3 trains. With 3 trains, it's very inefficient. In Beaverton, trains turned around in 5 minutes. However, down in Wilsonville, due to scheduling, trains would sit in Wilsonville for 25 minutes. Also, as stated, they required 3 trains. 2 of those trains ran 3 round trips per rush hour, so 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. And the third train only ran 2 round trips, 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. So between 25-minute layovers in Wilsonville and the number of trips imbalance, as well as the need for 2-man crews, since this was operating a mainline railroad, leads to a very inefficient and very expensive way to run a commuter rail system. And this is especially true since they only needed 1-car trains to operate, so it's not like there was lots of passengers to ride the system. To add insult into injury, COVID really impacted WES severely. Ridership dropped like a rock. So therefore, Trimet changed the schedule from every 30 minutes to every 45 minutes. Under the 30-minute plan, trains left at 5 after and 35 after the hour, but now every 45 minutes. It's not a typical clockwork schedule. The original estimate of ridership prior to opening was about 3,000 to 4,000 passengers per day by the year 2020. The peak ridership of WES occurred in the year 2014 with just over 2,000 riders per day. Last year, the average was 400 per day. Now, I don't want to say everything's bad about WES. I think there's some attributes that WES that are laudable. One, the trains have Wi-Fi on board, so you can do your work while you're doing your short 25-minute ride on the line. The crews are also very friendly. It also has some unique attributes. Every station is a high-level platform, which allows for easy ADA access into the trains and nice easy ramps to get up to those platforms. With those high-level platforms, they implemented gauntlet tracks at 3 of the 5 stations. These gauntlet tracks allow the freight trains to get away from the platforms and allows the WES trains to move in closer to the platforms to allow the boarding. The next is unique to build a brand new street running. So in Beaverton, the train leaves the freight main line at Lombard Street to head first on the side of Lombard Street like an old interurban, and then right into the median of Lombard Street to get to Beaverton Transit Center. At Beaverton Transit Center, passengers can transfer to MAX, both the blue and the red lines, as well as several bus lines, as it is a major bus hub for Trimet. I have ridden on WES many times, typically in December, because traffic along 217 and I-5 is at the worst at that time of year. Between evening rush hour and holiday shopping traffic all happen at the same time. I found WES to be faster than traffic between Beaverton and Wilsonville. The detraction for me to ride WES every day was my connection to MAX to get to Hillsborough, because I was running counter rush hour about every 15 minutes and it was not always a good connection at Beaverton. And more than once, I would hop on MAX in Hillsborough to head to Beaverton, and the train would be pulling into Beaverton Transit Center just 1 minute too late as I see the WES train pulling away. And that would mean 30 minutes wait for the next train. Or today, if I did, it would be 45 minutes. That's why I do not use it today. Overall, I do like WES. I think it's a comfortable ride. As I said, the crews are nice. However, the schedules make it almost impossible to use. So what are your thoughts on WES Commuter Rail? I'd like to know. Please leave them in the comments below. Well, I hope you like my opinion on WES Commuter Rail. If you do, please hit that like button and that subscribe button, and then hit that notification bell so you know anytime a new video hits the feed. So until next time, watch the closing doors, and I'll see you at the next station. Bye now.